Good morning, everybody. Um, yeah, I'm in kind of early, so if you are watching the replay of this, you can fast forward 10 minutes. It is, I'm really early today. I don't know why. I figured I'd get it going. So let's go put us on Twitter and let's go put us on the website. Our website's denverguitarorchestra.com. On there, we are working on lots of stuff. The most important thing we are doing is getting newer players up and running, playing instrumental guitar, fingerstyle guitar, classical guitar, guitar where you may or may not choose to sing. And um, that is what we are up to over there. Level one, or book one, I prefer to say, is about learning to read tablature, getting the basic toolbox basic toolbox skills into your under your fingers. Level two is finishing up the toolbox, and then level three is actually putting that toolbox to work to make you sound amazing. Today, for level one, all week long, we are playing Row, Row, Row Your Boat, my very favorite one chord song. It's just an amazing piece of music. The second, book two song is Simple Gifts. This is one of my all time favorite tunes. And then level three is Jeanie with the Light Brown Hair by Stephen Foster. And it's obviously all three of those tunes are wonderful. And by Jeanie with the Light Brown Hair will test you. It will make you determine whether you have done a good job with levels one and two, books one and two. So let me make sure the link is working properly. It's not, so I'm going to hit update. And then I hit that button right there, and it pops open. And then I scroll down and I click on today's link. Today is Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. And on today's link, today is Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. And sure enough, there I am, looking pretty tired. Had a concert last night, so I'm all like the Farmer Ted. Sound is very, very good. Farmer Ted, good to see you, my man. Um, let's see what. Yeah, last night I had a ukulele concert and it went okay, I think. And so, but I'm tired. I have already taken 2 Excedrin this morning. I get a little stressed out on those things. I'm not much of a performer. It's not really my thing. Uh, but there I was, and there was 73, I think, at the height. Maybe 76 ukulele players joined in, and it was super fun. So, Farmer Ted is a bass player. It's a weird, unfocused image. I'll sit really still. It's not that it's weird or unfocused. It's that this face is weird and unfocused, right? Everything else is locked in solid. um, Ted plays bass. Can you believe that? And does all sorts of other fascinating things. A great artist, a great farmer, apparently. Well, the way he farms is he just bulldozed the entire thing. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I am not a farmer, so I don't know. DenverGuitarOrchestra.com. He's looking up a new thing to plant. He used to grow trees or grow apple trees, and then decided, I'm done with apple trees. Moving on to the next idea. So that's what he's up to. All right, now we have tweeted Denver Guitar Orchestra. All right, there's that. Posted on Twitter. Close Twitter out. Twitter makes you dumber. Let's see. Evelyn's in. It was entertaining last night, and are you glad it's over? It's always one of those things where it's never really over, kind of thing. I'm glad that we did it. um, I feel like this week I want to play through those songs again at a more leisurely and less stressed out pace. I know that having the deadline is important and makes you get it done, but it always feels like once you get there, you're not quite done. And so I thought it was fun. I loved having so many people there, and I think we represented ourselves pretty well, I hope. I mean, we had people from all over the world, which was exciting. Somebody from Tokyo, somebody from Sydney. It was a bad time of day for the Europeans, so we didn't get, usually we have somebody from Scotland who's been joining us a lot, but they were in the middle of the night over there. So I was delighted with everybody that showed up. Of course, Ecuador, South America. So we had four of the continents represented. Asia. Is Australia a continent? Australia is not a continent. Continent. Well, let's call it a continent. Let's see. Goes without saying. The blur that is. I know, right? Let's see. I have been noticing that my face is more pink than I want it to be with the lighting lately, and I don't know how to fix that. Let's try opening this up. Uh, it may have something to do with the fact that my face is pink. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see. Looks low red lavender, by the way. Um, Ted is also, by the way, Ted was one of the great photographers I ever knew. But his speciality was black and white photos. And so I don't know if he's got any opinion on color that's worth listening to. I don't know. Back in the day, it was best not to listen to any of Ted's opinions because Ted was a troublemaker. Not really, just but acted like a troublemaker. These days, probably a very fine gentleman and knows his pink and blurry faces from something else. Oh, let's see what else is going on today. I got help. You know how my email is with Yahoo, so you go to the front page of Yahoo to get into your email, and I always read the top things, and it's always like, "Oh my God, you can't believe this happening," and "Oh my God, you can't believe that happening." Resolution, reso. Let's see. If I sit real still, am I resoed? Resolution. This is what I look like. This is how my face really is. You get to this age in life, you're like, well, that's my face. I don't know. Don't look at it if you don't want to. I don't. It's weird because uh, men in my age group, we're pretty much people want us and expect us to be invisible, and for the most part, we're fine with that. I think. And I'm like, yeah, I was 20 once. Don't want to go back there. Um, so I will try to sit and be more resolved than more resoed. Um, Let's see what else is going on today. So I've got the guitar site set up for the entire week. I'm pretty excited about what we're doing. Um, Except for Skip to Maloom tomorrow. I kind of really hate that song, but it does provide a useful tool for book two. Last Rose of Summer is tomorrow, which is an absolutely beautiful song on guitar. The More We Get Together is kind of fun, kind of British. And then on Thursday, we're also going to tear apart Malaguena into its pieces and parts and talk about that. Thursday night this week, guys, we have Yesterday, Blackbird, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Here Comes the Sun, and the super secret untabbed song. And I can't even tell you the name of it, or it will. I can't tell you the name of any of this stuff, or you will figure it out where I'm getting these things from, and I want it to be a secret. So the Thursday night class should be fun. And then on Friday, boy, we got a lot of music to get through. International, a studio for Elise, Simple Gifts, Jeanie with the light brown hair. Um, we may or may not do The More We Get Together, and then Last Rose of Summer. So this is a beautiful week of music here. Hopefully you guys can all make it in, and we'll just keep moving forward with all of this. I promise you look low res, but sound great. um, it's fascinating. I was going to be broadcasting from my Macintosh, but Macintosh only does 720. So I broadcast from this Dell laptop, which does 1080, which actually, when I go back through and edit, I don't edit the film ever, but I go back through and update the information on the thing. And sometimes I'm sort of shocked at how good the resolution is on this stuff. Like, oh gosh, you really can see when I don't shave. And so, wow. I don't know, Ted. I'm gonna blame my blurriness on you. I was lock solid what's high resolution? I was HD before you showed up. All right, HD guys. Now they have Super HD, 4K. This computer is capable of doing 4K, by the way. I'm like, no, that's too much information. Let's play. Let's get some good music out. Who else is logged in? Arlo is here today. Okay, we've been having a little bit of a slow start this week. Here in Denver, it is snowing and very cloudy and cold outside. Hopefully, wherever you are, it's absolutely beautiful. I am going to be, let me see. I'm going to try one thing here just in terms of the lighting, see if that messes us up. I'm gonna go with that. Okay, then I can see my sheet music better. How about that? And you're not looking at me anyway, theoretically. Let's do row, row, row your boat. We went over all of the details of this yesterday, and so hopefully that's sinking in. I like to play through it all three ways. The one way is with chords. Now, those of you guys who are newer, remember D chord is index here, middle finger here, ring finger there. Yeah, it is cold and snow. So all I know is that if it's cold and snowing in Denver, it's even colder and even more snowy where Elizabeth lives. And so yeah, I changed the strings on this thing 2 weeks ago, and they're still still in the process of settling in. That's it. All right. Let me know if it sounds okay. I had to make some minor adjustments to it last night for the thing on Zoom. And so if it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. I think I got everything put back basically the way I have it in every day. And so hopefully we'll go with that. It was fun last night. Well, it was okay last night. No, it was fun. I think it was really cool to see everybody. Let's play row, row, row your boat. Index, middle, and ring. And I'm going to sing the third verse because it's the best one. 1, 2. Shred, shred, shred your axe. Rock like you're a star. E-A-D-G-B-E. Don't you dare mess with me, master of guitar. That's not really how it goes. Let's do it again. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And then I got to rewrite the second verse because I tried to force it in the way I like it, but it doesn't work. Row, row, row your boat right across the lake. Don't stand up and rock the boat. Oh, that's a big mistake. See, I don't know how come that doesn't fit in, but it doesn't. It should. It's awesome, but it doesn't fit. Merrily, merrily, don't stand up and rock the boat. Don't stand up or rock. Don't stand up and rock the boat. I think it goes into 4/4 time if I just sing it that way. Do not stand up or you'll rock our row. I gotta fix that. That's terrible. I don't know what I was doing there. No. No. All right. Second set of lyrics. No, none of you guys are ever reading the lyrics anyway, right? All right. Melody. Again, we talked yesterday a little bit about playing this in second position, and then sliding up to 10th position. And I always think, all right, at 10th, is this guitar marked at 9 or 10 or not at all? So my 10th fret is right here. All right, from the top, I would probably play it positionally. 1, 2, or let's start just counting 2. 1, 2. Again. Whoops. Give yourself a chance to do a little vibrato when you finish up a song, that last note. And then I don't usually use my index finger. I don't find it very wiggly, but I use my middle finger a lot, trying to get the last note, and I'm not lifting it up. I'm just moving it back and forth. You get a nice little vibrato. It also works really well with your ring finger. And very rarely are you going to use your pinky. Pinky doesn't seem to be as cooperative for me. You may find your best vibrato finger might be index, but probably middle or ring will make that nice vibrato sound. That's a good way whenever you have a long note to add some vibrato to it, just to make it a little bit fancier. So there's our melody. Let's dig into the tough acts as we did yesterday. Those of you guys in book one, this is sort of where you begin that journey. We began it a little bit on Farmer in the Dell and a little bit on this second version of Frere Jacques. Not the first one, but the second one has makes sense to hold this here. And for Farmer in the Dell, for sure, it made sense to hold the A chord and play the melody that way. With this one, it makes sense again, with this one, you're going to be playing this chord shape here, and then you're playing a D chord way up here. Both of those times you're grabbing chord shape, and that's where chord melody begins. That's where the hard work, the lifelong work of becoming a good fingerstyle player comes from, is starting with whatever chord you're holding, getting as much melody out of it as you can, going to your next chord shape, getting as much melody out of it as you can there, and then, moving on to whatever comes next in the song. And so this song represents the tool you're going to be using for all of the songs going forward. So you start with your D chord and play 3 strings. Okay, and then again, and then again, and then you have a 0, so lift up your middle finger, and then put it right back down and play 4 strings. And then again, lift it up to hit the 0, put it back down, 0, 2, 3, 2. You're going to add your pinky on at the 3 to get your melody note correct. And then you got to slide it up to 5. Now this is really, really challenging. And you'll notice, even with me, I got pretty decent sized hands, but unfortunately I have a full size guitar, and so I'm able to get into the fret, but not all the way up to the beginning of the fret. Right, so that's a huge stretch. If I wanted to get it a little cleaner, I might go ahead and lose my ring finger and switch it over to my middle finger. And then everything's a little bit cleaner in terms of positioning. The problem is when I do this, that now I've given up the 2 hiding back here, and a lot of times that's going to be your next note or the note after. And sure enough, in this case, I hit the 3, and then I've got to come and get back to this. I'm lying. That doesn't happen in this moment. You're fine. But it's often when you're going up to here to a 5, that the next note's going to be a 2 on this string. And so this is why you want to work on that shape. It's not comfortable, but you can do it. You can do it. If you can't do it at all, you probably have too big of a guitar, probably. Okay? And if you have too big of a guitar, that's fine. Try playing it with this way. Or if that's still not going to happen, just play the melody note. And what you would get, starting at 3, it would be... And just toss in the 5. Don't lose any sleep over it. Get back to... and get back into position for the 3, 2, if you even do them at all. And then at measure 5, then you're going to slide up here, and the full chord as it shows at the top of the paper is this. Okay, so you're going to put these 2 fingers over fret 10, strings 1 and 2. This finger is going to go on the 3rd string. Okay, that's all you have to do. But if you want, you can also put this one on 12 on the 4th string, and now you can just strum all 4 strings. What the music actually says is just play the 10s, and then 10 and 11 on strings 2 and 3. Okay, so whatever you do down here, it's going to involve at least this bar over strings 1 and 2, and then middle finger here on the 3rd string. So no matter how you play this, that you're going to have the or either of those are acceptable. If you put this one down 1, that's the F chord shape that you're really creating here. You're just not putting the full thing on. And then you can do a more substantial strum on this. It sounds pretty, it's just a little more complicated. And then the minute you hit that last note in measure 5, you got to race down here, put your D chord, regular D chord back on. And then the middle strings 4, 3, and 2. And then here's that darn 5 again. And then you go back up and play it again. Those of you guys have been around a while. Obviously, if you're in book one, I just using your thumb is all you need to do. If you're in book two or book three, you really should be doing it both ways. Doing it one time with your thumb, doing it one time with your claw, so that you are continuing to build capacity with both systems. Okay, let's go from the top. Let's play it all 3 times through. I'll do thumb first, then I will do plucking, and then who knows how we'll wrap it up. 1, 2. Last time. Isn't that fun? You end up making it sound very ballad-like, like you are have long hair and too much whiskey, and you're singing into a microphone about losing your love. Then that's what you end up with when you put all that stuff together and do everything you can to get the cleanest, prettiest tone out there. You magically turn into Axl Rose singing every rose. No, he didn't sing Every Rose Has Its Thorn, singing Sweet Child of Mine, right? Really takes advantage of all of the things that you can do on guitar when we play in that style. And once you get it on Row, Row, Row Your Boat, everything else we do is the same exact thing. More complicated fingering sometimes, faster music, more interesting tunes, bigger, more awkward stretches. All of that stuff's going to be coming along, but getting it here at Row, Row, Row Your Boat allows you to understand the big picture from everything that goes forward. So tomorrow we'll come back to it and play it another time. Yeah. So then the next song on our list of hits this week is Simple Gifts. And it's probably my favorite 2-chord song ever. And it's definitely in my top 10 of best songs of all time. I don't know. I absolutely adore it. All right. Let's talk about the chords. Book 1 people, you have these already have these chords, A chord and E chord. So index, middle, ring. To get to E, you drop this down 1 string and back. These 2 pop up. Back, you're leading with your middle finger, it drops down to this 3rd string, ring finger gets on, and index chases over. If you're new, just do this all afternoon, right? Da 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 dun dun da da dun dun dun. I'm writing a song in the key of A. It's only 2 chords and love them so much. And so then just work those 2 chord shapes. They come up. Those will be in every single song you ever play, pretty much. All right, especially ones that I arrange, because they make everything else work usually. Now, we just sort of begin talking about it at level 2. But it gets pretty serious once we get to level 3. So let's talk about arpeggio playing. That is where you're going to hold your A chord, And instead of doing either this or this, you're going to do thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb, index, middle, ring when you're on the A chord. When you go to E chord, you can't change this pattern, but you are going to change what strings you're on. So instead of A, D, G, D, A, D, you're going to switch to E, A, D, G, E, A, D, G. Those are the strings you're on. It's not the notes you're playing. Okay, and then so let's go through and sing it. And your job is to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? 2, 3. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down to where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in a place that is right, it will be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we won't be ashamed. To turn, turn, and turn, it will be our delight, till by turning and turning we come round right. Let's do it again. There's your A chord. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down to where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in a place that is right, it will be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we won't be ashamed. To turn, turn, and turn, it will be our delight, till by turning and turning we come round right. Okay. And you can also come in and do a harmonics here, but it doesn't sound good. Why not? Doesn't sound good. Oh, on 14. No, that's too hard. All right. So I don't know what I got all that harmonics on here for. Oh, I've got an A harmonics. Oh, just that. Oh, that's fine. Fret 12 on the A string. Bong. That's how we finished up. All right. So that's your arpeggio picking. And it turns out, for those of you who want to play fingerstyle, who want to sound really, really, really amazing, getting where you're pretty comfy with arpeggios is going to be a thing, because we're going to take that idea and then we're going to mix it in with melody and chords, and then all of a sudden you're playing something on every single eighth note, and it really sounds good. Now, my Tough Axe line is not arranged that way. It's designed to be where we have some chords and all of the melody, and then the only time I add in arpeggios is when I'm purposely trying to create a fingerstyle arrangement where I add in extra notes into the blank spaces. Basically, I do a little bit of that in Tough Axe, but not fully, because sometimes it's too much when you're first starting. So there's that. Good morning, Pele. Good to see you. It was so delightful to have you last night as well. All right, let's play. So those are your chords, A and E, and I would spend a lot of time getting comfy with those, because those are coming up in your life. So let's play the melody. Notice when I'm getting ready to play melody, first thing I do is grab the chords, because I know most of the notes are going to be held down under this. Okay, you can play this one positionally because you've got ones, twos, and threes in this song. And if I remember right, there's nothing else. So you could just play it with index, middle, and ring. It might work out just fine for you. But I tend to grab the chord because I know most of the notes are going to already be held down. Let's play the melody from the top. 1, 2, 3. put a harmonics down here. So you go down to the 12th fret, pinky right above the A string at the 12th, the actual bar in the front of the 12th fret. And that just gives you that kind of a fun little boom. Right? Not necessary. Just one of those other things that we will be adding into the toolbox is harmonics. Okay, and this is a natural harmonic. Any of them that come on the 12th fret, those are natural. They're automatically there. They come free with your guitar. And then you can do artificial harmonics where you actually hold down a string. So like if, for example, if I hold down the 6th string at the 5th fret, then I can go to 12, I count down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm going to have a harmonic there, which is the same as this harmonic. And gives you a little different flavor to that. So they're kind of fun to do, to mess with. Advanced players use those a lot. For those of us chickens in the real world, you add them in a little bit just to make it so people know you know what they are. All right. Finally, let's play the tough axe. How are we doing on time? Good. Grab the tone. Okay. We'll walk through it one time, make sure you know what you're supposed to do at every moment, and then we'll go back and play it a couple times. So first thing, grab your A chord. Of course, this is tough axe. Okay, a couple of 2s, and then 0, 2, 2, and then a 2. Now, if you're holding the A chord, you're holding down a 2, so you got to lift it up to get the 0, and then put it back down and strum 4. And then that 3, just push your ring finger up. And then pull it back to get the 5, 0, 2, 2, 0. That's a full A chord. Again, push your ring finger forward to get the 3, and then pull it back to get the 0, 2, 2. Lift up your ring finger to get the 0 here. And now you switch to the E chord, and you're going to play just the inner strings from 5 to 2. Holding the 1 down and you need a 2, so slide your index finger up, hit the 2, and then slide it right back and put that E chord back on. Now you can play 5 strings. I'm going to use my pinky to get to the 2, the second note of measure 4. Then I'm going to get rid of my pinky. And I'm already holding down the 1 there. And then 0, 2, 2. 2 is also being held. Now here's where this gets a little messy. You need a 2 on the 3rd string, but you're holding a 1. So what I have been doing is sliding my index finger forward, 2, 1, 2. So slide my index finger up to get the 2, back to get the 1, up to get the 2, and then I'm going to hit the 0, which is open at this moment. And I have not yet let go of my E chord, even though I'm in an A chord measure, because I don't need to. And then I have to get my A chord on in the middle of measure 5. And I think it's debatable what's the smartest approach there. You might get rid of the chord entirely and just play 2, 1, 2, oh, strum. I think you try it both ways and figure out what makes the most sense for you. And then once you get that A chord on, then the last 3 notes of measure 5 are oh, 2. So lift up your middle finger, lift up your ring finger, open, 2, 3, and then a nice A chord here. Ring finger forward to get to 3, and right back. The ring finger up. E chord at measure 7. Couple of zeros. Add your pinky on to get the 2, so 0, 2, 2, 1, 2 is a lot. Hit the 2 again, lose your pinky. Page 2 is A chord. Ring finger up. And your ring finger back down for a full A chord at 9. And notice the last note of measure 8 and the first note of measure 9 are both half notes. So the song feels like it really slows down there. Love and delight when true. So it really slows down in there. If you're a fingerstyle player, this is a place where you're going to probably be adding in a note or 2. You come in, love and delight. right? So those are great opportunities to add in at least one note, maybe three notes in after those if you want. Lower notes on the chord, tend to stick to the lower strings, lower sounding strings, and continue holding the chord, of course. Okay, so measure 9 and the full A chord, and then a 4-string A chord, ring finger up, A chord at the beginning of 10, ring finger forward to get the 3, ring finger back to get the 2, ring finger up to get the 0, and then a little strum, ring finger still up, so hit the 0, and then put it down, hit the 2 and the 3, A chord, ring finger, 3, 2, switch to your A chord, 5 strings of that, O2, use your pinky to get the 2, and then get rid of it. Already holding that 2 down, go back to 13, grab your A chord, 2, O, ring fingers up now and then right back down, ring finger back up, down, forward, then an A chord, O3, ring finger forward, and then back to get the regular A chord, ring finger up, E chord at measure 15, add your pinky on at the 2, hit the 2 and the 0, and then hit the A chord, ring finger up, and 0 to 2. And that harmonics, I'm probably going to delete that. It's kind of dumb. It doesn't really work. I've got a 14 on the 3rd fret. Yeah, it's going to go. I have all these notes about those harmonics, and it's like, I think the note should just say, this doesn't really work. Don't do that. All right, play the whole song from the top to the bottom. We'll play it just one time through, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Pretty. That's what I'm going to try to do last time through. Now, those of you guys that are feeling comfy with your thumb down, stick with that. Those of you guys who are pushing forward, let's switch over to your claw and let's play it with the claw, get a different texture out of the overall feeling of the song, and see how that comes out. From the top, claw if you can, thumb if you can't, and a melody if you're newer, obviously. And if you're working on your chords, switch from play nice, easy, pretty strums or arpeggios on chords. So you see we have about 7 or 8 different ways of playing just these 2 pieces of paper. 1, 2, 3. the one thing I didn't do, which I probably should have done, was add in when you have those longer notes, like at the end of measure 8, love and delight when true simplicity is gained, to bow when to bend, we won't be ashamed. All right, so I'm just adding in extra plucks on those longer notes. Ends up sounding very fancy, a lot more energetic, and can be good or can be bad. But it's just one more skill set to be trying out. And when you're working on advanced skill sets, you go back to simple songs, right, guys? Hopefully that's something that you have figured out at this point. I keep going back to simple songs all of the time to really work on my more advanced skills, because I don't need the song to be getting in the way of me working on my toolbox, right? I want the toolbox to be built on easier songs. That way, when I get to a more advanced song, a song that is actually a song I'm like super interested in playing, then I've already worked out my skill set. And that's why we keep going back. If you are an experienced player, you don't go back to Bohemian Rhapsody. You go back to Happy Birthday and see how you can clear out your find ways to play that really augments what you want to do. All right, Jeanie with the light brown hair. That's what we'll wrap up with today. Remember this week, look through the entire list on the website there. You're going to be playing all of that stuff on Friday, and it's a tremendous amount of music. And so let's just make sure that you've taken time to get all of that and put it in your daily practice routine. If you're in book 3, you're probably playing guitar most every day of the week. You are thinking about maintaining your skill set, finding with the problem with practicing once or twice a week is that you don't remember what you were working on 3 or 4 days ago. And if you can practice at least every other day, I would say you're much more likely to retain the work you're doing on. That, of course, is pie in the sky. Of course, we're adults. Of course, we know that doesn't work out. But do what you can, right, to play more often, not necessarily longer, not necessarily more complicated stuff, but play more often. And I do think your skill set starts to feel more comfortable that way. All right, Jeanie with the light brown hair, I want you guys to pick any way you want to play it. I'm going to play the tough axe as usual. If you are newer, the melody is plenty here. Okay, if you don't know the song, you have to do 2 jobs, right? One is to go listen to just YouTube recordings of this. I dream. There's always some baritone guy. I dream of Jeanie with the light brown hair, and that guy's doing it, right? And then there will usually be some college choir who have added in all these textures and layers. It's ridiculous and really beautiful. And so go listen to a couple of those. Then when you're like, okay, I understand what's going on in the song, then you come back to the website. You go over to the right-hand side of the no, you go to the sheet music page. That's where it is. It's different on that website. It's on the sheet music page, and all of the songs are there at the top of that page. There's MP3. So you go scroll down to Jeanie with the light brown hair. With the sheet music in front of you, you click play. And then you can sit and watch what's going on. The exact notes that are on your paper are on that MP3. That gives you a chance to really understand what's on the paper. And then you go in and play the song. So try to remember to do your homework prior to attacking the piece of sheet music. Lots and lots of students. Got another note from a student the other day. Asking about a certain technique, and the technique could not have been any clearer, but she jumped ahead of the gun, right? And so didn't take time to read all of the notations that she needed to do. And so that's one thing, prepare. Don't just jump into a song. Well, we're playing Jeanie with the light brown hair this week. I'm going to just pluck these notes. You don't know how the song goes. Those notes can mean anything. And I find that a lot when I'm doing a new piece of music that I've just finished arranging and I posted it up on one of the websites to work on. And then I come there for class and I'm like, oh God, how does this start? And so, especially in like harmonica, I often will go over to MP3, listen to a few notes of it, like, oh, okay, now I see how it starts, and then do that. So I use that all of the time, and you don't have to play with the MP3. I think that's a bit of a higher level challenge than you probably need, because you're here today playing with me, and that's probably better for you than playing with the MP3 is playing with it because I slow down when it gets messy, right? The MP3 does not. Shouldn't do that either. All right, from the top, I'm going to play the tough acts. We're going to play all the way down through measure 21, and then we come all the way back up to measure 5. Okay, so down through 21, back to 5, and and then of course skip 21 the last time through. I love this song. I don't know why. From the top, 1, 2, 3. Measure 5. Sorry, guys. Isn't that an awesome song? That's an awesome song. um, One of those where you can play it fast, you can play it slow, you can play it like a ballad, you can play it like a rap tune. Um, I dream of Jeanie with the light brown hair. Right, so whatever you want to do with it. I played it exceptionally slow there, and I added in a lot more depth of the chords than I wrote originally in this arrangement. This arrangement is really set up very nicely for your claw shape, but also for your thumb. So either way, I think if I tried, I'm pretty sure I tried to never have more than a 4 note chord, which I did. So it's really set up to do claw as well. So hopefully that works for you. It's beautiful. Evelyn, you're welcome. Have a wonderful afternoon. I might probably see you in a little while. and that's what I know about guitar today. Random act of kindness. You're planning one, right? Make sure you're safe. People are getting the vaccines, one person at a time out there, little by little. We're going to get everybody done. Practice, guys, especially level 3 and above. You're probably going to need to sit down several times a week to keep up. Show up here. We keep showing up here. You will be a fine player. Like and subscribe if you're logged in. And that's what I know. So have a wonderful day. I'll see all of you either later today or tomorrow. And tomorrow, guys, the hits keep coming. Okay. So tomorrow we are on to Skip to Malou. You got to have that song. And then one of the most beautiful songs ever is Last Rose of Summer. Just makes you want to cry just playing it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.